My name is Alyssa Bowlby. I'm the Executive Director of the Socratic Summer Academy, and I'm here today to talk to you about Socratic Summer Academy's specific approach to test prep and concept indexing. So concept indexing might be a new term, a fresh word to you, and what it means to us is that we've identified every concept that is tested in every question, in every test or piece of material that the College Board has released. As I'm sure you know at this point, the College Board is the agency that administers the SAT. There is a marked difference between those materials which come from the College Board and those materials which come not from the College Board, right? Because there's no possible way that somebody who doesn't work for the College Board or who isn't the College Board can predict what the next SAT is going to look like, what the SAT will be composed of. So what we understand to be the next best thing is to identify all of the concepts that show up on the test and identify not only how frequently they show up, in conjunction with which other concepts are they tested. How is that correlated with difficulty level? So which concepts show up with easy questions, which concepts show up with hard questions, medium, etc. We also take the test ourselves, the 3 times a year that grown-ups are allowed to take it. So as you may or may not know, folks who are not applying to college are allowed to take the test 3 times a year, currently March, May, and October. I and some of our other curriculum developers, including our curriculum director, take the SAT every time that grown-ups are allowed to take it. This allows us to do a couple things. One is to keep abreast of developments and changes to the test and familiarize ourselves with any changes to the proctoring procedure. And so when we are proctoring tests at SSA, it's important to us that the experience of taking the test most closely matches the experience that kids will have in real life. So not only do we read the proctoring instructions verbatim from the script, but also we know what kids are allowed to do, what things sometimes kids are allowed to do that they're not supposed to be allowed to do. We tell them all of those things. And our kids frequently report back to us imperfections in the way that their SAT was administered because they know the directions so well. It also allows us to test the strength of our strategies against an actual test in a timed environment. I always say to my kids, if I can't get a perfect score on the test using these strategies, why should you trust me? Why should you listen to me? Why should you use the strategies yourselves? So it's also important to me to constantly test my mettle against the SAT to make sure that the strategies are really working.